capita in the world, so you can never inoculate yourself. Having been a lawyer once upon a time. Basically, all of our providers, all of our medical providers carry their own malpractice insurance. For each of the doctors carries their malpractice insurance. And then, of course, as a business, we carry our own insurance for that. But you can never inoculate yourself. And again, the doctors can only go so far in advising you over the phone. If they have to see something, frequently they will tell you, you should go to the emergency room, you should go to an urgent care clinic, or you can see your own personal physician tomorrow morning.
Hey, Pat, do you have a feedback loop from the people that are contacting these different doctors where they can say how satisfied they were with that person's response? And does it break it into different areas of practice where they might be able to seek out the person they want to ask questions from?
We don't have that yet. We're building more and more feedback into this. One of the issues we have is, unlike a lot of the other areas being discussed today, in health, people are much more reluctant to share. So you'll not be able to use Facebook or LinkedIn to sign in. We will ask you to sign in separately, and we're actually regulated by the federal government under HIPAA in terms of what we can do with those things. So we're trying to be very careful about that. We would like to be able to evaluate the doctors, but ultimately, our doctors are there to sort of give you some quick advice on what you should do today, and what we want to do is connect you with an appropriate doctor, whether it's your primary care physician or whether you may need to find a primary care physician, or maybe you need a dermatologist who's available tomorrow. So our whole goal is to connect our patients to physicians that can help them, whether it's ours or somebody else's.
Last question. I guess this is a follow-up on the last question. So I've seen complaints from doctors on services about services like Yelp, because they can when ratings come in, if there's something with which a doctor disagrees, at least as implied in the complaints from the doctors, they're apparently precluded from defending themselves for legal reasons. Is that, or for regulatory reasons, is that actually the case? And would you encounter that if you adopted some sort of doctor rating system?
Well, there are 22 entities that rate physicians out there right now. 2 of them are peer-reviewed, and the other 20 are consumer-reviewed. We would like to have one of the peer-reviewed systems on our site. We have not yet been able to conclude that licensing deal. We think that the patient reviews are good for how was the waiting room, how long was the wait. They don't know anything about whether this is a good doctor or not. As an example, my wife is having some surgery done shortly. We had to wait an hour and a half to see the doctor, who was a typically arrogant surgeon. But what we were able to do with and not a likable guy at all, and would get bad ratings on Yelp. In fact, he did. But on the other hand, he's done 10,000 of these surgeries, and he's the best in the Midwest, so we're going to him anyway, even though he's not likable. And so you have to take a lot of bits of information to figure out whether this physician is the right physician for you. For primary care, liking your doctor is important. For a surgeon, you're going to be asleep.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thanks.